I'm Sheldon Tote, for those who have just joined online, and I'll be hosting today's program with my colleague and conference co-chair, good friend Rahul Jain. Welcome to the 8th annual CHEP Plus conference focused on brain heart clinical practice guidelines. CHEP Plus is a not-for-profit organization founded in 2018 to represent the continuing education and professional development arm of CHEP. Today, we're bringing together in person and virtually a multidisciplinary and interprofessional group of healthcare professionals with a commitment to providing a high-quality, up-to-date continuing professional development program. We will now begin the plenary sessions, which include 11 20-minute talks in groups of 2 or 3, each followed by a Q&A panel session with expert moderators. So for the folks online, the people in-house have been here since 8 in the morning, and they may decide to leave in the early afternoon to go home and watch the rest on TV and relax, and that's totally cool. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors once again for making this event possible for the 8th time. Each of our sponsors are hosting a public booth in the exhibit hall, and we encourage you to reach out and chat with them during the breaks. Learn more about the major trials that have helped them provide the evidence to inform many of these guidelines. For those visiting the exhibits online and in person, there are prizes for participation, Amazon gift cards, 10 free registration tickets for next year's conference. Simply visit the booths and enter. And for those online, you'll be randomly selected. I would like to introduce Dr. Rahul Jain to take it from there, and he will introduce Dr. Peter Liu.
Thank you, Sheldon. So thanks, Sheldon. Good morning, everyone. So we're so thrilled to be here for our 8th year. So thanks to your participation and encouragement that we can continue these conference programs, especially geared for primary care. I look forward every year to connect, to refresh, and to meet so many of you. This year's conference is focused on the brain-heart interconnection, which is Canada's first ever brain-heart clinical practice guideline. And as we mentioned this morning, it's going to be released in CMAG this Monday, March 30th. When our C Change update in 2022 was released, it was in the top 10 most read papers. Maybe it's because I clicked on it 1,000 times. Hopefully we'll have a similar response this year. This conference gives you a sneak peek of kind of what the brain-heart interconnected guidelines are all about and how we can provide the best care to our patients. Prizes will be given around 3:50. So if you do sneak out, try to stay at least until then, just before the talks on obesity. During the sessions, we encourage everyone to participate. For those online, please continue to chat, type your questions or comments into the chat Q&A box. And in the audience, please raise your hand, and we have high-tech mics built into the ceiling. Yes.
Information from New Zealand is you must stay a little bit closer to the mic.
Thank you, Gil, from New Zealand for joining us, where it's probably 5 a.m. now. Our IT support. We're a very international program, so we like to get people involved across the globe. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Peter Liu, who is the Scientific Director of the Brain Heart Program and the Director of the Cardiac Function Lab at the University of Ottawa Heart Institute, to share a few words about C Change and the new Brain Heart Interconnected Guidelines. Thank you for joining us.
Oh. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining us both here in the room as well as online. And so I offer my congratulations again to Sheldon and Aru, in terms of organizing this superb session, and the tremendous amount of hard work actually went into the new guidelines. This is version 5. And so, Sheldon's quite modest in that the version 4, the date actually was released. Within 3 days, there are 2,000 downloads all around the world. Yeah, so, make sure you get your download, which is really exciting. And of course, this is the age of misinformation in which medical advice is actually propagated by some prominent people, all around us, that it's more important than ever that our practice is really evidence-based. So I think really actually great comments earlier, still patients, would really treasure the information from their trusted physicians, right? And then if you can actually offer the evidence in that type of setting, so the conversations that we heard earlier, that makes a huge difference for that patient and the many of the family members and other, so that in that community. So it really makes a huge difference and comes from the distillation of the scientific evidence that we have. And of course, we shared some of that earlier But this is really actually the value of a conference like this in which we can really discuss these opportunities. And as we know, brain and heart conditions are really actually interconnected. And there are really, it's the foundation for many of the chronic diseases that we face today. And the patients are really concerned about things like stroke, dementia, and of course, the Ministry of Health in Ontario, put dementia as a #1 challenge that they face at the present time. I'm okay here.